You are listening to Single Smart Female, Romantic Fairy Godmama Edition.
Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com.
Jen, you start. Oh. Hi, ladies. I was pretending like they couldn't hear you whisper to me.
Okay.
Did they hear you?
I don't know.
Hello, single smart females. We are so excited to talk to you today. I am Jen 2, and I am with my lovely co-host.
Jen 1 with 2 N's.
I'm Jen 2 with 1 N. But not to confuse you further, today we want to talk about something that I think a lot of women deal with, go through, have had happen to them, could have it happen. Just be 100% real. It happened to me last week. The topic is, why do we act stupid when we like a guy? I feel like I should just explain myself right now what happened last week, okay?
Okay, we'll start there.
Okay. So I love Latin dancing. I decided to challenge myself and join a Latin dancing team. Now, let me tell you, this is stretching me in ways I didn't even know I need to be stretched.
Way number 1?
You mean the things that I'm different than everyone else about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Way number 1 is I'm probably one of the bigger girls on the team, like size wise. Definitely height. I'm the tallest. Way number 2, I am the only white person. Okay. Everyone else is Hispanic. And also a lot of the class, or let's just say probably 40% of the class, is completely in Spanish. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the hell's going on. But I have the cutest partner, and he is so sweet, and he translates for me sometimes. And then I'm the oldest. I'm definitely the oldest person. So I'm like way not like anyone, like in many ways. Okay. My instructor is the best, and he tells me, I am so happy you're here. We need more girls like you. But he also calls me Sexy Jenny. Okay. He does. He said, ooh, here's sexy. He will get on live, Facebook Live, and he'll be showing everybody in the class, and then he'll say, ooh, here's Sexy Jenny. It's so cute. I love him. Anyway, so we had too many ladies and not enough gentlemen. And they recruited a guy. Well, he is very attractive, and he's younger than me, I'm sure of it, but not significantly. It's enough. He's old enough that
How many years do you think?
I mean, I don't have a clue what his true age is, so I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess 6 or 7 maybe.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's some cougaring going on.
I hate that word. I really do.
I don't mind it. I love young men, but anyway, I love them all.
I don't like the word cougaring.
I hear you. I don't know. It doesn't bother me, but anyway, he joined the team, and I have made sure, even though I find him very attractive, and he seems super nice. And by the way, he's a fireman. I made it a point to be very welcoming to him, to say, we're so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining the team. We're going to make sure that you do great. So anyway, he told me that he needed help, and I offered him, do you want to practice sometime? He said, yes. Well, anyway, that got me all excited. He said, yes, he wanted to practice just with me. Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay. Oh my gosh. Well, then we are at dance, and he makes jokes with me. I tell him, oh, I love your hat. He says, oh, I'll sell it to you for 5 easy payments. So while we're just doing a casual social dance, he says to me, his level, he's new. He's a new dancer, right? So I've been dancing for a while. So he's really in his mind trying to think what to do. And I try to be encouraging, but all of a sudden I wanted to make a game out of it. And I said, well, if you mess up, then you have to do this or that. I don't remember. But I started like criticizing him, and I thought, oh crap, what the hell am I doing? And I was like vomiting criticisms everywhere. So anyway, that happened. Yeah, this topic happened to me. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. The next day I recovered.
I remember how it felt. years ago. I mean, I don't do it anymore. It
Shut
never
up.
happens anymore. Ever.
I never act like a ridiculous person. Stop it.
I mean, I just I've ascended so much in my
So-
adored woman status that
I've put my boots on already, ladies, because it's getting deep in here.
anyway, I've ascended so much in my adored woman status that I don't remember what it feels like to be act stupid when I'm nervous.
AKA, I'm totally full of crap right now.
So actually, yes, I do. I've had a lot better about it than
Yeah.
I used to be. Of course, I had this happen a lot when I was younger and in the throes of just kind of dating aimlessly and trying to navigate men. But as I've gotten older and had more practice and had more fun with it, it's become a lot more second nature. But it doesn't mean every once in a while I don't say it's just something
Like vomit
really,
criticisms?
really fucking stupid. Anyway, but yeah, I've said some things that I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? But
Yeah.
okay. So the topic is, let's go back to repeating the topic. Why do we act stupid when we like a guy? And the truth is, it's not just about liking men in general. It's just not having, we get nervous and we don't have these type of conversations on a regular basis, and things that you don't have typical conversations on a regular basis become nerve-wracking, and they don't come off your tongue as easily. The why isn't so much as important. So it really truly is a lack of practice. I remember as I started mantourage dating specifically, like before that, everything, my communication with men was very haphazard, and I thought that I was amazing at it at times, and then I felt like a complete fucking idiot. But as I started mantourage dating and just having fun with it and realizing that most men enjoy your banter, your fun, things like that, not having to take everything so seriously, play with them. Even if they don't respond well at the beginning, all of a sudden they'll start to learn how to play with you. It's a lot of fun. And I do that with all men now. It's not just men, not just my husband. It's all men. And men are actually very fun to communicate with and very receptive to it for the most part, even the ones that seem like fucking sticks in the mud right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So the more you practice with all men in your life, it doesn't really matter why we act stupid, but the more confident you become in just communicating with men in general, and then practice, especially around the ones that you find very attractive, the more this starts to go away. And that's how you baby step, is just by having those fun conversations when you first, And the other thing is that if you do step into a situation with a man, say you're on a date or something, you can actually just tell him, say, I have to be honest. You're really handsome, and that makes me nervous. You have no idea how receptive men are to that.
They
so
will
fucking
love that.
Oh
They
my
will
God, they're
think,
so receptive.
Look
and
at
then
me.
something happens in your brain, because then they start trying to make you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's pretty an amazing transformation. So you've taken pressure off yourself, and then all of a sudden you're like, just by kind of being a bit transparent with them, and you've also, now I wouldn't say stroke their ego exactly, but a lot of women aren't very complimentary towards men. So you're giving them a little something that shows it's a bit vulnerable, but not overly vulnerable. And then they go into man mode of trying to make you feel more comfortable. And then you actually become more comfortable, and you can start being more playful and have more fun. I want to know, Jen, what tactics I know this just happened to you last week, but you've actually become a lot better at this over the years. Just because you had a little setback last week's no big deal. What have you done?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's super duper rare. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I've become a lot. Oh man, there were times where, let's talk about way long ago me. The thought of using the word handsome scared the living crap out of me. No way in hell could I use that word. But now I will throw it around to a guy who is not even anybody I would probably be interested in dating.
Okay, so let me interject right now. And I love doing this because we as women get very offended when men use terms of endearment with us. We assume in all cases, and sometimes it's true, but in all cases, it's because they can't remember our names, because, and it's just derogatory. Well, the truth is that they're actually really responsive to it. So practicing that and having fun with that, even if it's out of your comfort zone, starting with just using it in texting, it's going to be transformative for you. It seems so simple and so silly and so kind of, why? But it's actually transformative. So have some fun with that. I used to have a man call me Sunshine. So
Cute.
I started using that with other
Yeah.
people because I didn't realize, years ago, but I just remembered I actually liked him calling me Sunshine. And then I started doing that, during my dating experiences. And I still do that with my husband, and I do it with other men too. Now, they're not necessarily, well, they're endearing, but they're not, my terms of endearment with my husband are much different than a different guy. But it's really, truly fun to use these different things. And I encourage, when we work with women, we encourage them to test them out. We even give, list of these terms of endearment that they can use and have fun with and play with, because men are so receptive, and you become different than most women in a man's life when you're willing to act differently than most women, to do things a little bit differently than most women, and to, actually have fun with their, with the experience with them, regardless of whether or not it's sexual, because it doesn't have to be sexual whatsoever. I want to make that very clear. And in fact, in flirting, if you're very uncomfortable and you have a history of acting stupid in front of guys, I don't encourage sexual flirting right at the beginning. That's something that's more of an advanced technique. Okay. Very important.
I'll tell you something that helps, that you don't even have to say a word, but can build your confidence. And it's scary as can be. Scary AF at first is looking a man in the eyes.
Yes, that's definitely true.
I was terrified. Are you serious?
Oh my God, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. No, not Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
He does hashtag and tweet hashtags, that he has a certain hashtag, and he has people, all of you probably know what this is, and you can Google it if not. But one of them was, I think, bad first interview advice. Oh, this still cracks me up. Somebody had told this person that they needed to make sure they didn't blink through the entire interview.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
But look them in the eye and never blink.
It's impossible.
No, it's totally possible. But can you imagine the intensity? So ladies, yes, you need to become more comfortable with looking.
I want to blink 50 times right now because of that thought.
Licking them in the eye. But yeah, do make sure, it's okay to look away a little bit. Make sure it's not overdone. Because sometimes when we try things for the first time, we overdo them.
Yeah.
And I could just see...
Or even
I can see one of our single smart females just staring at that guy across the table or on the date and not willing to break eye contact.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, please become more comfortable with eye contact.
Yes, not the creepy kind.
Do not have a staring contest unless he's challenged you to it.
Or you can challenge him, that's fine. Okay. But just make sure it's known it's a contest.
Okay, back to the subject. So again, not as important why we act stupid. What's important is that you learn to become more comfortable with men. You can practice with all men. You can practice with your family members, with men you work with, things like that. Just allow yourself to be comfortable around men. They're truly, most of them are a lot of fun, especially when you engage with them in a different way, which is one of the reasons we teach sweet spot communication. We teach women how to still be themselves, but stop being afraid to be kind of silly and quirky and have some fun with that. And it's going to make a huge difference in all of your interactions, your social interactions, not just with the men you are dating, but it's going to be extraordinarily powerful in helping you overcome all these fears and stepping up to eventually being able to talk to guys that you're extremely attracted to and not feeling like they would never give you a chance. Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
It is normal to get nervous and act out of character around a guy you are attracted to. What's more important is knowing how to deal with the nerves so they don't keep you from making a connection.
Thank you, Lover Girl, for joining us on this romantic fairy godmama edition of Single Smart Female. Don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, as well as visit us at singlesmartfemale.com.
We'll talk to you next time.
And here's to you having everything you want in life and love. Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com.